Good afternoon. Some thoughts. End MAD, end NATO, peace warrior waging peace. Jan Stephen Kavanaugh. Some of you reading that headline will think me mad, and maybe I am, and maybe I'm not. Just a few minutes with me to go on an imaginary journey. To remember what the Buddha said, and others as well, you cannot reach a destination you do not know unless you take a path you do not know. The destination we do not know is a law-based civilization. Takes you on a path you do not know. To remember, out of madness does come great things, also crazy things, so we have to use love to discern. What is nonsense one generation is wisdom the next. That is how we grow, individually and collectively. And how often do we hear, it can't be done? And someone says, not so. We know of MAD, an apt acronym, mutually assured destruction, is a diplomatic nuclear standoff. Humanity at high noon, masculine swagger at the end of the street, their nuclear weapons pointed at each other, and images of nuclear winter after the firestorm to keep us sober. To remember when USA war is not going well, our leaders saying all options on the table, quote unquote. Some Russian leaders talk of nuclear force if the war does not go well for them. I fear our trust in MAD is misplaced, as we forget nuclear bombs were used before, and they will be used again when justified for survival. Without an intervention, history repeats itself. In the matter of the Ukraine-Russia war, peace has been elusive. The parties who wanted war won out. A diplomatic impasse and much bloodshed all round. The war devolving into killing fields, a violation of the rules of war. There are rules of war. A stalemate, time to stop the killing. Although right now I understand both sides think they can win. Russia will want, next paragraph. This day a peace conference sponsored by Saudi Arabia, parties from across the globe, Russia not invited, to the outcome uncertain. Zelensky is there and asking conferees to agree that Russia must surrender all conquered territories. The conference ended with basically a statement, we need to get together and talk about it some more, which is not a bad thing. The reality is that if Zelensky holds his line that he wants all territory returned to Ukraine as it was right after they separated legitimately from Russia back in their 1981, 93, somewhere around then, which is fine. But Russia's going to want something pretty big in exchange, particularly given the blood that it shed. Right or wrong, that's how they feel. Right or wrong on our side, that's how we feel. So they're going to want something pretty big in exchange. And as NATO was the sticking point, is the sticking point that caused this war, that's well documented, and still is, there is one proposal that might get Russia's attention, and NATO. That's what they wanted in the first place in Ukraine, to take it even one step further. We hope the Saudi conference press release reads, Russia, in exchange for Ukraine to return to its 1991 borders, quote-unquote, the West ends NATO. Humanity is stepping back from the barbary by finally ending the troublesome element of NATO, a vestige of World War II. Our survival depends upon planet Earth humanity growing into a multipolar, law-based civilization. It is the only answer, folks. And will the old guard go with the flow? Become one of the many? That we all build a better mousetrap. We can. We have the tools to do it. Just don't have the global will yet. Thus emboldened my dream, planet Earth humanity and my prayer, forms a global peace movement to stand down war. Has to be done gradually. That's why I pick 2050 as a timeline. And to stand up a law-based civilizations. Militaries around the world cooperating because civilians are running the show, standing down from war. And the generals who make that happen lauded as children of God forever. That is why the peace voice, peace movement, advocates MAD End NATO banished to the dustbins of history in memory of August 6th, so many years ago. God bless.